The death toll from the two earthquakes that struck Turkey on the night of February 6 continues to rise. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the death toll has risen to 9,057 from 8,574 during the day. The death toll in Turkey so far is 9,057. The death toll in Hatay so far is 3,356. The number of wounded nationwide is 5,279. The number of destroyed buildings is 6,444. Mr. Erdogan said while visiting earthquake-hit areas. Turkish conspiracy theorists accused the U.S. and NATO of using tectonic weapons against Turkey. They are sure that earthquakes in the Middle East were caused by them, not by the nature. According to the opinion of hundreds of social networks users, the burning of Quran in Sweden, closure of 6 European countries' embassies in Turkey, and the arrival of the warship Usnitsi with mega warheads are not incidental. Surely, the earthquake began immediately after the warship arrived. Proof: video with inexplicable flashes a few minutes before the tragedy began. Meanwhile, Turkish media reports that the crew of the U.S. Nitsi came to Turkey to study the local culture. The people are furious, and now they are asking God to give them strength and will. A tectonic weapon, in theory, refers to some device or system capable of somehow affecting our planet, causing earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or other tangible seismic events. And it does not necessarily have to be aimed directly at the Earth's crust, since hypothetically, it is even possible to cause earthquakes through electromagnetic influence on the atmosphere. It is believed that such a weapon is best used in areas of tension and tectonic instability, as in such places even a small impact from the outside can provoke a fairly powerful earthquake. Despite the fact that such a weapon is considered hypothetical and partly even fantastic, developments in this direction have indeed been repeatedly conducted. It is known that as long ago as during the Cold War, the USS, the United States, and some other countries conducted underground nuclear tests aimed at testing the ability of nuclear weapons to cause powerful underground tremors. In some cases, these explosions have been used to achieve earthquakes with a magnitude of up to 7, but such events were often short-lived. In addition to underground or underwater explosions, a fairly common theory of artificial earthquakes is the so-called Tesla vibrator. According to legend, the famous scientist in his time invented a relatively small but powerful electromechanical resonator capable of vibrating at a very high frequency. By tuning this frequency in a certain way and attaching this resonator to a house or other structure, it is allegedly possible to cause quite strong shocks, the effect of which resembles an earthquake. This legend has been repeatedly disproved, but stories about the existence of the improved Tesla vibrator are sometimes found even today. Naturally, the main contenders for the possession of the tectonic weapon are the superpowers. It is believed that the name of this weapon was invented by the Soviet seismologist Alexei Nikolaev. He believed that the existence of some device capable of causing a sudden release of the accumulated energy of tectonic plates is quite possible. However, the use of such a weapon can have very unpredictable consequences. It is known that the Soviet Union even worked on the secret programs Vulcan and Mercury 18, which sought to study the possibilities of remote influence on the centers of earthquakes. Within the framework of these programs, a number of successful experiments were carried out. But after the collapse of the Soviet country, nothing is known about the continuation of research on the development of tectonic weapons in Russia. Similar programs were also conducted in the United States. It is known that at later stages in the USA, they studied the possibility to create artificial earthquakes not only by means of underground explosions, but also by means of electromagnetic radiation. Some believe that the notorious American plant harp in Alaska was just created in order to cause large-scale geophysical disasters in different parts of our planet by emitting electromagnetic waves. Whether this is true or not, we are unlikely to find out in the near future. A convention was adopted at the UN which prohibits the use of any military means of impact on the natural environment.